I didn't know you knew French / Spanish because
You were making
she goes back and forth.
You making direct eye contact with me, man.
You weren't even looking. How do you? You're like a parent.
You sound like me at those times when I don't have any leg to stand on.
You always have legs to stand on. You're not a paraplegic.
What sort of comeback is that?
If I wanted my comeback, I don't know.
Cool.
I never do. Once I come, I just want
You
to shower.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's
ready?
a rag.
Welcome back to another episode of Bed by 9. In this episode, Heav and Keith discuss the Olympics, snake eyes, and gunpowder milkshake. Let's get into it.
And we're back with another episode of Bed by...
Nueve.
I was about to do it in my head and then have the delay of...
We're on the same wavelength.
one less than Diaz.
We should have sex.
Not again.
Yeah.
Great intro.
It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left.
Shout out to my nieces and nephews.
No.
What's the next line of that?
Been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. Step two. Found another beat to step two. Step two.
Where did I get...
Step two. Wiki.
Where did I get nieces and nephews from?
It rhymes and probably has the same amount of syllables, so that's fine.
Starting off with a banger.
Timbo beat.
Yeah. One of our better than normal intros. I am one of your hosts, Heavy Hitter. And we have our other host,
Pinch hitter.
Pinch or pitch?
I don't know baseball. Pitch makes more sense, but I said pinch.
I don't know
because they have
baseball
tushies.
either.
They got nice butts in baseball. I'll give them that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them. Some of them not. But I guess that's any sport, right?
Yeah. Some have nice butts, some not. I
Yeah.
think that could be said for almost anything.
Any group of people.
Any group of people.
Well, we're talking about baseball and those pinch hitters.
God, I wish I knew about baseball so I could say something. But I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
it's been a few weeks.
Sports.
We have not chatted up on this stage. Excuse me. How you been?
Kitchen table. I've been great.
How's life? How's running the corporation that you run?
Don't do that.
Yeah, you do.
I would be not living in this house if I ran a corporation.
Well, to be fair, this is just one of your smaller
We
residences.
really got to stop perpetuating this lie because I am not.
This is your smaller West Coast residence attached.
Sure. The one and only. I've been good. I've been busy. Physically.
Physically busy?
Yeah. I've been doing 3-a-days. No.
Oh, okay. Not physical?
Well, I mean, my hands involved, sure.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I've been doing 3-a-day workouts for this whole week. Mm-hmm. So mentally, I'm good. I feel like very clear-minded and level-headed. But physically, I feel like my body needs this weekend to recover. Yeah, I've been doing weights, and then I'll do Peloton, and then I play tennis every day.
Are you actually going to recover, or you are going to do that thing where like, oh, I'm only going to do one of those 3 things that I've normally been doing?
Well, I am playing tennis tomorrow, and then I am playing probably on Sunday. So yeah, I'll probably just play tennis, but that's like
a very physical activity.
Well, yeah, but it's I don't know. I'll be fine.
But I'm an athlete, so it's okay. So I'm doing 66% less.
What do you think pinch hitters do? Like,
yeah,
ow.
Pinch hitter. Like I think that's the actual thing.
So good at physical things.
Yep.
So that's been really my whole week. Like not working. I'm doing something active. I've been watching the Olympics too.
How has that been?
The swimmers have great bodies, and it's fun.
So you watch the male swimming?
I watch all of it. I mean,
okay.
It's not like I can like be like, fast forward females. You're watching it live, so it's like, whatever. But like,
is it live?
Yeah,
I thought it was like a delay.
they are.
I don't know.
So
I haven't
like,
been watching.
at 7:00 here, it's like noon there or something like that. The next day. So like right now, it's like Saturday morning in Japan. So it kind of works out, but I don't know. The Olympics have been cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been like really on the edge of your seat for any of the things?
There was one race. What was it?
So are they all? They're not all called races, right? They're called events, right? Or what is?
Well, they have events, but like it is your race or your event final, I guess is what they call the swimming one, is your event.
Okay. Go ahead.
But I would say it's a race because you are racing against other people. You're not eventing against other people.
But the shot put, they're not racing in the shot put.
They're not. I'm talking about swimming.
But I was just saying, what are the things called? Tell me.
Yeah, that's, I guess. You would have to ask Stoddle. He knows about track and field. But track and field just started yesterday, and they're just doing all the like preliminary trial stuff before they get to like the semifinals and the finals and all that sort of stuff. So like swimming takes up the first half, and then once swimming ends, then track and field begins.
Okay. All right.
They separate those two.
So what was the most interesting that kind of kept you on the edge of your seat?
Edge of my seat, I think it's just like the sprint races for swimming. So it's like either like the 100-meter or the 50-meter, because 50 is just one length, and then 100 is there and back. And then they do like all the different strokes for it, but it's super quick. So it's like 50 seconds, or for there and back, it's probably like 20, 25 seconds going one length of the pool. And like you're right there in your 15-minute.
So the reason why I have that face right now is because I'm like, so that's how long it's been.
It's supposed to take.
But also, the length of the pool I've been swimming is 25 feet.
Gotcha.
And that is long for me.
We are not swimming like prone.
No, I am floating. I'm floating prone. That's definitely what I am. If
And your mom at those pool parties will just be like passed out, laying on her back in the pool.
Look,
I love it.
If there's one Olympic sport I could get, floating, I'll float better than any motherfucker out there. So I'll bring the gold. I'll bring the gold on that.
Okay.
So with the sprinting, didn't we set a record, right, for
There's
the
been
male?
a lot of records broken, either Olympic or world. But
I said a dude who looked like a bodybuilder set the swimming one, and I'm like, how is he swimming fast?
The male swimmers are huge.
What? Phelps wasn't?
He was pretty, I think,
he was lean.
Lean, but, huge as far as, they are broad.
Yeah.
And their arms and legs are super long.
Yeah.
They're lean, but, I don't know. They look big.
Yeah.
They seem like they carry a big presence. So I like the sprint swims, and then I really enjoy watching synchronized diving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just the shit that they do, and then watching them do it at the same time, with each other. I just find that super interesting. And then gymnastics is always a fun one to watch.
But Simone's not in it, so
she is not.
Hope
Hope she gets better.
Yeah.
Simone. All that fucking ridicule that she's getting for no fucking reason. Rude.
Did you share that post of the guy who made a joke? It was like, yes, another day where a man can say what he's very passionate about, mental health and women's Olympics. Or women's gymnastics.
I didn't post that.
Oh,
that's
God.
funny.
I shared it, then someone else did it, and I'm like, yeah, you shared the thing, then I posted it. And I'm like,
so
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, it is. So my favorite thing about the Olympics, and I haven't been watching because my mind has been elsewhere, and my favorite thing is to sit back and be like, I would have did that differently.
Yeah, nice. Oh my God. Ooh, leg separation.
Oh yeah, or on the synchronized diving, you tweaked that little turn. I wouldn't have done that because I can't spin
How
at all.
hard is it to get perpendicular coming into the water?
I remember I forgot which Olympics it was. I was watching water polo, and I'm like, how do you miss a grab and miss that? You guys are athletes.
Because you're fucking treading water for an hours straight.
Yeah,
Oh my God. Do you know how much like leg and core strength you have to have? Like, because that's such a physical sport too.
Yep.
Like someone's like pushing down on you and like you're able to stay above water. Like you have to have some tremendous leg strength.
I have swam for close to an hour this week, and I could tell you, I ain't built for that. It's been tough on me.
But you could probably touch the bottom of the pool, so
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Being 6'6", but yeah.
yeah. So, anyways, the Olympics are a fun
My,
experience.
my other favorite thing about Olympics is everyone in like I would say in like my basketball core group is they always want to keep one they're ridiculing the what's it Team
The USA.
for losing to
Nigeria, I
losing
think they
to
lost,
everyone,
right?
and they're like you guys you can't even say that you're world champions anymore if you keep losing
Right.
to people. And then they blew out Iran by like 60 points, and then they're like, okay, maybe you're coming back then.
Yeah, but it's also Iran. Like, not to dig on the country, and I don't know shit about Iran and their basketball history. But
Iran produced the biggest NBA prospect
oh,
at 7'6". He played, but he was 7'6", built like Ruben Studdard. So, but
this is my sorry for
he was-
2004.
he's about 350, and he was out there, but he was just so big, no one could stop him.
So he's like Charles Barkley now.
But yeah, Charles Barkley was 6'4", though.
That's it.
Yeah.
He seems way bigger.
No, yeah, but he played bigger, so that's how he got to whatever he was. But okay, so that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Everyone who's talking about it's really cute, ridiculing the NBA team, and then it was like, man, like everyone, all the other foreign teams where they kind of have NBA role players are doing so much better. Maybe it's because we're playing the game wrong over here, and I'm like. Yeah, because Europe, they actually have real refs, and they actually
Right.
have, like...
Not payola shit.
NBA players are so used to flopping and doing bullshit to get calls.
Shout
and
out
they're trying
LeBron.
and they're trying to do that overseas, and all the foreign people are... I'm sorry. All of the foreign refs are just like, yeah, we're not calling that.
No,
what
it's-
the fuck are you doing?
it's contact.
Yeah,
It's a contact sport.
yeah, get over it. And it's been pretty great to hear. And...
I mean, they should. I think that's been a big gripe that people have had with the NBA for a long time. Is like the refs let them get away with a lot of shit.
And the third thing is the games start at like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Arizona time, which is like 6 a.m. East Coast. So
But they
it's
should
just
be
like,
adapted by then. right?
Yeah, but it's just also like, so we can't even watch it. All we have to do is we get back to the highlights, and then we get to see how Team USA is playing, and it's just like, y'all are trash. It's a team full of superstars, and they just can't play together in cohesion.
I also think, I'm sure there's a big part of it where in the USA, like we grandize or whatever word, like we put individual stars on a pedestal above teams.
Biggie size is Wendy's.
Yeah.
Grandy size is...
I don't know, but we put we put individual players on a pedestal and we put them above the team a lot of the time, right? Like it's LeBron and the Lakers or LeBron and the Cavaliers.
Was it
I don't know.
Grandeur?
Grandeur.
Illusions of grandeur?
Yeah, that is a phrase. I don't.
Okay, I apologize. So, yeah.
Anywho.
Yep.
And I bet you for a lot of these other like European countries and like Iran and all that stuff, they probably pride themselves way more on being on their country's team than any of our players actually pride themselves on being on our team. Like, I feel like they probably are like, oh no, this is like my birthright sort of shit, where they're like, oh, I'm honored to like play for it. And like we even saw it with the women's national soccer team. Like they haven't lost a match in like
The USA?
yeah, the women girls or the women's team for USA hasn't, they won like 28 straight Olympic games. Like they haven't lost in 4 years or something like that. And then they come out and they lose 3-0 in the first round to like Sweden or something like that, which I don't think they're a terrible team, but you know, everyone was like USA should have won that. And I think like they probably walked in there thinking the same thing of like, oh, we're going to win this shit. And
Yeah.
it's like, nah, like people rise up to the occasion at the Olympics. Like this is like some of the biggest opportunities these athletes have from these countries. Right. And they take way more pride in representing their country than we do.
That is for sure. And you know what's even, I got two more things to say. The women's basketball team is doing a lot better than the men's. So to put into like the history of it, I think they've won like 5 or 6 gold medals out of the last Olympics, just the basketball team. And then we've, as the men, lost like the last 2. Like I think we didn't medal last time, and then we got like silver before. So the women are coming in on a lot bigger, on a lot bigger stage, but they're not eliminated yet. But I know they're gonna have that same pressure as the football team.
Well, do you think the women's team probably is a lot more about teamwork to begin with? Like even in the WNBA, like yeah, there's standout stars, but like no, they operate the same way as the NBA.
There's egos. No matter
for sure.
where.
I think that's every profession.
So where you are, and it has to do with there's a lot of factors. There are some pro NBA teams that are literally all about teamwork, no ego, pass, that everything's perfect. But you go over to the WNBA, there's still women who's like, no, this is my team, my time to shine, things like that. And one of the worst of the worst is we're on the Phoenix Mercury. We got Brittany Griner. We still got Diana Taurasi. Diana Taurasi is 80 years old, still balling out.
And a snake. A cobra, to be precise, I think.
Cobra Kai?
In
Snake Eyes?
No, in the Looney Tunes in that movie.
Oh.
With LeBron James.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch it. So
I forget what it's called. What's it called?
It's called Peanut Butter Space Jam.
It's Space Jam. There we go. Space Jam.
But yeah, so I know the women are gonna have the same issue, and I heard a comedian say, it's like, hey, if you guys don't medal, don't come back. No, don't come back. You stay out there 4 years, train, and then whenever the next one is, you fly there, and if you don't win then, still don't come back.
Well,
we'll replace you in the NBA.
That's another, like, does like Europe have like a league where the countries play each other all the time? So like are these players like way more used to playing with each other than like say the USA national team where they only come together, for the Olympics?
So Europe as a whole, it does have its own national, I think it's FIBA, I could be wrong. And each state also has like smaller leagues, like of course everywhere else does. So FIBA being the big one, you have big teams like I think Slovenia is one of the bigger ones this year. Spain has always been a big one. And then of course I'm blanking right now. But yeah, so Europe has its own thing. I mean, then you get to jump over to Africa. Africa might have its own league. And then China also has its own league.
So these countries, the players on them have played with each other probably a lot longer. Or like the only person I can think of right now is Manu Ginobili. But like when he was in the NBA,
Argentina,
was he allowed to play in the NBA, and then was he allowed to go back and play for his country team?
Yes. So
in that league as well.
Yeah. So for example, Giannis Antetokounmpo, he just won the title, and then he's going to go play for Greece.
Right.
So he has.
Is there anyone else on the Greece team that's like in the NBA?
Not that I can think of.
They'll probably medal.
If I see them, I could probably recognize and tell you what team they play for, but I don't think so. Gotcha. So like USA just lost to France, the basketball team,
right?
And they lost to the two key people on the France team is Evan Fournier and then Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is the center. I know you didn't know this story, but when COVID started being a thing, he made a joke about COVID, and he was like, and grabbed all the mics, and then he tested.
He got fined too, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But he tested positive for COVID like a day after, and he
had to like apologize like crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. And he got
his PR team was like, God,
he got like half the team sick. I could be wrong, but he got like half the team sick.
Okay.
So he did that, and then there's another role player, Evan Fournier. It's like a balding 26-year-old white guy, and they together brought the like they're not even all-stars, what we consider the best of the best in each team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Rudy is, but he's a defensive player. He's not going to score 30 points.
Right.
They brought the Team USA to the knees. Them two.
Yeah.
And that's just France. And then there is Nicolas Batum, who is like 40 years old now. He can barely move in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But over there in the Europe League, you would have thought he was LeBron James. Like, it's insane. So when you get those people back to their kind of like their roots, because that's where they grew up, that's where they started playing. Like Luka Doncic, you know who that is?
Yes.
When he went back to Slovenia, his first game back, he had 42 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, and he was just like, I can do whatever I want over here.
Right.
Like it's literally they're going back home, so everyone has
the level of competition in the NBA is a lot higher.
Yeah.
But
the rules are different.
The rules are different, and the teamwork is just not there.
Yeah. That's what.
So when
that's
it
what
comes
is.
to playing as a team and you're put on that stage, that's why we're getting outperformed.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, Team USA.
We talked about the Olympics there for quite some time.
We did.
Yeah. Because we're both very passionate.
But guess
about
what?
Sports.
We can't talk about it for another 4 years. So
yeah,
pinch ball sports.
Yeah, because you're a pinch hitter and I am a floater. So I think we could
watch out, guys.
Next Olympics,
we're coming for you.
Next Olympics, we need to figure out what a pinch hitter does, and then if we can get lazy river
I know what
floating.
They do. Well, I know what a pitch hitter does. I don't know what a pinch hitter does.
I think it's pinch.
I just know that person, whether it's pinch or pitch, they come in and take the place of the person that's supposed to be batting in the lineup.
I thought that was illegal.
No,
because you set a lineup and you can't go around
I think
that.
in the National League, you're allowed to sub in someone for the pitcher. The American League, the pitcher has to hit. At least at one point, it was like that.
Okay.
So, like, if the American League was the home team, then you had to abide by their rules, and the pitcher would have to hit from the National League. But if the American League was playing at the National League's home field, then they could also sub in a pinch or pitch hitter.
This sounds like basketball rules from that movie.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot.
I don't know if that's the current rule, but I know it was a rule when back in the day, like early 2000s.
Okay. All right. Fair.
When I was like playing straight and like, you know, you'd watch baseball and stuff with family and friends.
You're not playing straight with that shirt?
No, this is not even the deepest V I own.
Fair. Touche.
I have like that Jennifer Lopez Versace dress.
Why are there buttons right here?
They do serve a purpose, but it doesn't look good if you button it up. I won't do it.
Ew.
It's like a little clit.
Fuck, why do we have the same brain? That's exactly what I thought about. Okay. All right. So, 2024, we're coming as a pinch hitter and as a floater. Look out for us, you guys.
You could be like they have to do like rowing and all that sort of stuff, and they have buoys. You could just be the buoy and lay there.
I'll be the best buoy for Team USA, baby. All right, so I didn't talk about my week, but I've been busy. So boom. Okay. And so let's get into our first topic. Fuck. Which one?
TNT Smoothie.
Gunpowder? Gunpowder rodeo smoothie?
Gunpowder milkshake.
Gunpowder milkshake smoothie rodeo. Yeah. It's a new drink from Sonic, you guys. We're actually gonna. Can you go grab the drink so we can review?
Nope.
Okay. The movie Gunpowder milkshake.
It would be Hennessy.
All right.
Drive the boat, baby.
We're gonna review the movie Gunpowder Milkshake. It stars. What is her name?
Angela Bassett's in it. That's the only person that I can say, like, literally.
Paul Giamatti's also in it.
Sure.
It was Cersei was in it.
Cersei Lannister, yeah.
Pull it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah,
like,
you're right in front of a computer. because I need to know her correct name because I'm just gonna call her the robot from.
Okay, main character is Karen Gillan. Lena Headey, who is Cersei. She's in it.
No, her name's Cersei, but we don't know Lena.
Carla Gugino. She's in it. Freya Allen, Michelle Yeoh, Angela Bassett. Those are like the top cast.
So it's definitely
Paul Giamatti.
It's a movie about women and women being strong.
Yeah,
For
who can shoot guns and fight.
So the main girl, what was her name?
Karen Gillan. She plays Sam.
Karen Gillan playing Sam. So what's the quick way to synopsis?
Kingsman, but with women. King's women.
Queens women?
God, yeah. Queen's women, sure.
Queens women?
Mm-hmm. Less British, though.
Yeah. So, a quick overview. It starts off with Sam, Miss Gillam. Mm-hmm. She is left to her own devices with her mom.
Babe.
Her mom leaves her. And then she gets raised as a hit woman. Mm-hmm. And she gets raised as a hit woman, gets a job, does something wrong, and then the movie plays out. So it definitely has a good Kingsman vibe. It has a good John Wick vibe as well. Mm-hmm. It's very gory, very bloody, and overall, I would have to say I enjoyed it, but I have some critiques.
You always critique women. This doesn't surprise me.
Well, they don't know their place, and that is above me, and because I'm not saying bad things because women are great.
Dynamite cold pressed juice is like I'm just picking a different explosive and then a different drink.
Oh,
that's
gunpowder milkshake.
I'm going to refer to it, the whole time. It's going to be like nuclear bomb, Pepsi.
So, all right. So my first critique is the main character.
Sam
Gillan. She played the robot in Guardians of the Galaxy, which is
Nebula.
Nebula,
the blue one.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was literally Nebula in this movie without makeup because she played a young woman who basically grew up with neither parent,
right?
And she had to be hard. And she had to be tough, and she couldn't show emotion. And how she did that was like, robot. I'm going to be a robot. And I'm like, you are a mirrored image of not showing emotion and not caring. I could literally see her sometimes doing this in the camera. What do you mean you don't want to die? Like, what is this? And everything like that.
Well, I think that's a fair, like, portrayal that a lot of people do when they're raised like as a killer.
Yeah.
Right? I think you're probably raised to be emotionless and heartless because it's just easier to do what you're doing when you take your feelings out of it.
I feel
is my counter argument.
I feel like we've seen enough movies of people being like kind of hard, but kind of still showing enough emotion in their face, not robotic. Would you say that she was robotic in the things?
She was funny.
Oh no, yeah,
I laughed.
It was funny.
Yeah,
right? But those scenes where she had to be serious, or it was like a tense situation.
I guess, I mean, maybe I would have to go back and like
Fair.
Now hear your point and then see if like I picked it out. But I guess it wasn't anything that I picked up on my first time watching through.
Because I kept comparing it to like the other one. So like Atomic Blonde Shell.
Mm-hmm. With
Atomic
Charlize
Blonde.
Theron.
Whoa.
With Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can compare it to that, but it's way different types of genres of movie. Charlize is a veteran actor, but how she played that, she was a killer, but she still had like emotion throughout that whole thing. I haven't seen it in a while, but I can still see her like making real life facial expressions when you're supposed to, and I was like, okay, so that's like the women equivalent. And then I was comparing it to I just mentioned it with the male version.
Kingsman.
Could be. Yeah, she didn't like it either. So
she's a woman.
Blue and Bella, hey, come back. No one's there.
hey
no one's
guys.
ever there.
Hey guys, we're taking a small.
We may or may not cut this out.
No,
It depends on how, much time I want to spend on this.
So, the movie I was thinking of,
It's not going to get cut out.
it's not going to get cut out. So I was just comparing it, and I'm just like, you could be a killer and be a little bit more ruthless. But overall, I would have to say, like, that was probably my biggest critique. I don't. The storyline was whatever, but it was funny.
It was funny. I liked. I think what I enjoyed about it was like they kept enough of the society that they grew up in a mystery, where it was like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
Like, tell me how this library came to be.
They
tell
were-
me how this restaurant came to be.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know about that.
The
Where like in Kingsman, they kind of like explain a lot of that and they're like showing it to you. So it's like, I like them just kind of teasing those pieces and it just being like second nature to the characters. But you're like, no, I want, like, tell me more about this library, like how this works, like how did it come to be? But
So I would say this. It had the comedic aspect of Kingsman, but kind of like the more seriousness of John Wick. So John Wick also had this where it had the society and it had, so this is a safe haven. You're not allowed to have guns here.
right.
So, and then also the same thing of there's a secret society with, there's code words. You go, there was actually a library in John Wick where you can go and there's guns stashed in there
Right.
as well too. So I'm just like, okay, I could kind of see some of the similar. I wanted more book puns though. Like it was like, here's a Jane Austen, and they're like, what that I can give this away without doing the movie. They were naming all these famous women authors, not to say artists, authors, and the book sizes for what they were giving were exaggerated for the actual novel itself. So I can't think of any of famous women authors. So
It's like
they were
Pride and
bow,
Prejudice.
bow,
And
bow.
it was like a book like this big.
Yeah.
And you open it up and it's like a disassembled AK-47. And she's just like, okay.
And then you toss a small one at the top. It's like, Jane Austen. Hey, maybe you have time to read. I was like, yeah, you know what? This is good. This is gold. I really enjoyed that. I think. Oh, so Paul Giamatti. Anything he's in, he's a fantastic actor, and he almost makes himself unlikable on purpose in a lot of things. And this, you saw him when he was doing it. I ultimately thought he was going to be like the main bad guy, and understand like he's just kind of a person in a role and he had to play his part, right? He conveyed the right amount of emotion, right? You could see that he was torn, but he still did the wrong thing to save his own self.
He's like, there's literally nothing I can do to help you.
There's nothing, and you believed him because you saw his face, you saw his thing, and I'm like,
Because he was the one that basically raised her.
yeah. And then so when he had to turn the tables on her, he also sent her that little message care package. Was like, hey, you go here, you should be safe.
Right.
But much I can do for you, right?
Right.
So I was just like, that's what I like about this. So they surrounded her, Karen, Sam,
Yep.
with very good actresses. No, actors. They're all called actors, yeah. And it kind of balanced it out because the trio of librarians, wasn't that their actual title in the movie?
The librarians, I think so.
The older women, Angela Bassett, Miss So, and
The Carla Gugino.
Carlo Gugino. They when they were on there, they were very. I felt like their presence was demanding,
Yeah.
and it was you were more drawn into whatever they had to say and how they carried themselves. I really loved that part.
And their dynamic, like, between one another of, like, deciding if she could stay or not and all that sort of stuff.
And it was still all mysterious, and it was still very funny, and it's the same thing. God, no. They were all mysterious. They were all funny. And then even when the mom came in the picture, even within the anger, they still kept that same level. So
They're like, I may be pissed off at you, but there are people here trying to murder us, so
yeah, we'll worry about
we'll
that
we'll,
later.
we'll set this aside for now.
It kind of made me wish like there was a little bit more backstory just to see how that all kind of got broke down. And that's one of the rare times is like, what was Zack Snyder doing? He could have went into the back cut, and we could have had the black and white version of this movie. That
Some
were
things
5
can be
hours.
saved for a sequel, Hev. They could totally do like a prequel type thing of like
Yeah.
them in their younger days and give, more detail into it. I'm sure I think it's a comic book, which makes a lot of sense.
Right.
So I'm sure they have a lot more material that they can cover, but I think it's been pretty successful. So
All right. Well,
Nuclear Cappuccino, watch it.
do you have? So, what was
my
your
last one.
favorite scene?
Oh, anything with the laughing gas I thought was just like stupid funny. But I did enjoy the fight scene where her like arms were numb.
'Cause, yeah, that was right after the laughing gas. Yeah.
And just like the way that she would like try to figure out how to fight these people without being able to use her arms. So
Right.
I found it was like clever.
Yeah. My favorite scene was the Porsche scene, which was right after that, where she couldn't drive, so she had to put the kid on her lap.
She's
And-
driving around.
Yeah, and I was also like, this car is hitting a lot of things for not taking damage.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh. Of course, but that's just
Also,
me
that
picking-
kid's the one using the wheel. Like, I don't care if you're using the gas pedals or not. Like, that kid wouldn't be able to fucking back into a parking space that quickly.
Yeah, but also it's like how precise those movements are. A kid doesn't know how a steering wheel works. No,
But,
but yeah, I know those are just like little qualms. That was good. I felt like the last scene was incredibly intense. It was created pretty well.
Back of the diner.
Yes, back at the diner, and you kind of felt everything on how it was going. But and also, I'll say this without giving it away. The consequences for her actions, right? She was given a job. She completed the job.
Yeah.
And then the second job, which technically kind of got her fucked up. That first job, which had the negative consequences towards at the end of the diner, I'm like, that's not her fault. How is
Really
this
wasn't.
whole
But
thing?
he even said,
Yeah,
she was
it's-
like, "That's not my fault. You were the ones that put a hit on this person, and it wasn't my fault that it was the wrong."
Yeah,
like,
he was in the
that
wrong
he-
place at the wrong time, and she just annihilated the
and they
whole
were just
thing.
like, "That's how it goes."
And I'm like, what? Excuse me? I'm just like, okay.
Dog eat dog world.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, this whole story could be better. But the last scene was great. I enjoyed it. I felt unpleasurable at the end. I'm like, I felt like something was missing. But when I go back and I really think about it, I'm like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
enjoyed
was
it.
entertaining.
Yeah.
And it didn't go on too long. I think it was only like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes.
We
which was
could have
perfect.
got Zack Snyder to put another hour on there,
we won't.
and you would have had a slow backstory for each of the librarians, and be like, it would have cut to one of them, and then a book would open in the background, and you zoom in on the book, and
Slow
that would
motion,
life,
though.
yeah, and have that slow like Arabic music that would play when the
Ethereal.
yeah, when Wonder Woman was going, they would just cut into it every single time. Yeah, that's how it would play out. But yeah, watch. What's the name of the movie?
Explosive green tea. It's my worst one. I ran out of. I don't know any other explosive names.
Watch the movie, you guys. It's gonna be right here. So take it.
Oh, you wanted the real name?
Yeah.
Gunpowder Milkshake.
No, it's good. We'll just watch that movie. It's gonna be right there. Because it's definitely not Gunpowder Milkshake.
It is. Literally.
Yeah, it is. All right. Next movie we saw in theaters. We're the best movie of the year.
I'm gonna let you take this one because
Fast 9.
no,
We
I will not talk about that movie again.
Fast 9.
No.
Dom Toretto
No,
came in clutch, you guys.
nice pun though.
I didn't even need that one. Yeah. We saw Snake Eyes. And let me tell you what. They probably got some of the better looking Asian Americans I've ever seen in my life in this movie, for sure.
Racist.
A little bit.
I'm gonna
But
put a banner.
so here's the thing. Did you watch that movie Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Did you notice how pretty most of them were?
I just feel like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't answer this question.
So here
that was a leading question.
It was. So my thing is, I was just like, these are they did some amazing casting for this.
Are you implying that most Asians are not pretty? Is that what we're getting at
No,
here?
I'm saying that there's an arc of, let's say, that get put into films compared to what actually is in real life, as in...
Isn't that Hollywood in general, though?
Yes. So
they're all pretty.
Yeah, that's what.
And then they have me.
But my point is his actual name, Snake Eyes. Like the whole time, I'm like, oh, this is a good-looking guy, and he kept doing dumb things the whole fucking time.
I believe you.
Keith fell asleep in the movie,
He
guys.
did, and it was well deserved.
No, it was not well deserved.
I woke up and then there was like this Russian woman, and I was like, "Who dat?" And then Sodal didn't know because he also fell asleep.
Yeah,
like I was
y'all
literally,
were
my head was on
snoring.
his shoulder, and then I just was like, "Well, I'm just gonna go back to bed."
It was literally myself, Andrew, and Jared just the whole time just looking over there, and watching a movie and then going over and seeing you both like this just snoring, and it was just like y'all. It didn't even have flashbacks like Fast 9 did. So like, well, it did, but it weren't as.
It smelled too good in the theater during Fast 9 for me to fall asleep. That guy was spraying cologne like no one's business.
I don't even remember that.
Axe body spray.
Okay.
I didn't see
All
Fast
right.
9 with you.
Oh yeah. That's all right because you didn't care about me.
No, because I told you I wasn't going to go, and then I had a craving for popcorn, and that was literally the only reason I went.
You're a bad person. I've watched things for you that I didn't want to watch.
I watched things for you that I didn't want to watch.
Yeah.
Woo. And you're making me watch the second season. I'm going to do that.
He was in Snake Eyes.
I believe you.
You remember because you were awake during that part. It's the guy with the bowl.
With the ball?
The bowl. So when he first
Okay.
had to go there for the trials.
Okay.
You were awake during that part.
I was.
So
I do remember the bowl. And then he was just like, "Oh, can I have the bowl, please?"
humility.
That was stupid.
Okay.
You bring honor to us.
So
all.
Snake Eyes, origin film on how this G.I. Joe was created. Yeah, I can tell you it opened up pretty similar to Mortal Kombat, as in it started off incredibly intense for what the movie would actually be portrayed about. Right? So you get his kind of like character arc. Young man sees his father die, and then now that is his whole goal in life to
seek revenge.
And you immediately get jumped from that into him getting the ability to seek revenge, and he's a grown man at this point, and he gets put in an opportunity to seek revenge, and he just keeps doing wrong decisions throughout the whole time. And he understands that he's on the wrong side of making these wrong decisions because he talks about it in the movie. As in also, it did the thing where in Fast and Furious, they're like, you guys realize I'm bulletproof, right? And nothing can harm me. They're doing the thing where they're saying out loud the corny thing that we're seeing them do. He was doing the same thing. It was like, you guys are Cobra? What? I'll still help you. Like, no! You're literally doing the stuff that you know you're not supposed to. And it was literally a movie of him doing bad decisions, what's it called? Backstabbing. What's the other word for backstabbing I can't think of?
Conniving, skullduggery.
Yeah. That. It was just a movie full of that. He ruined this family's life. The family's life and their whole God, what is it? I can't think of the Asian architect name. What did you look up?
Skullduggery. I wanted to make sure I used the right word.
What is it? What's the definition?
Underhanded or unscrupulous behavior, trickery. He was a trickster.
Unscrupulous.
Loki is
yeah.
full of skullduggery.
Yeah. So he ruined the whole family clan, the whole clan. He backstabbed all of them, and then at the end,
Kesha. She has a song called Backstabber.
At the end, there's like a redeeming arc, of course, because it's a superhero movie. He redeems himself, and by still...
Wang quotes.
Were you awake during the end?
Nope.
I'm trying not to go through each step of the movie.
We can talk about it.
Okay.
You're doing great so far.
I know. The redeeming end is, so he steals something from the clan. And he once stolen, he gives it to, I keep on saying Hydra, and I'm like, that's a different thing. It's Cobra.
Cobra.
And he gives it to Cobra, or is it Hydra? No, Hydra.
It was that stone thingy.
Yeah, the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
He gives that.
I think I opened my eyes.
He gives that. They give him the chance to get revenge. And then he's like, I'm a bigger person than revenge. And then he's like, oh, yeah, but then I just did an hour and a half of backstabbing. How do I get around from that? And then he goes back and tries to do that. And then he has to basically fight his brother. He fights that girl who he had sexual chemistry with.
So many air quotes.
Yeah, I don't like it. And it was in the midst of him trying to make things better, there was no apologies. There was no any sense of I'm doing something wrong. And even though the whole time he was realizing he was on the bad side for the sake of revenge, he was saying a bunch of things I shouldn't be, and he still did it. And at the end, their whole clan got burned down. Spoiler. Burned down.
Lloyd
he turned
Banks,
the brother.
Roof on fire.
The brother turned evil. And then they gave him a new superpowered suit, and then he gets recruited to the G.I. Joes. They're like, hey, I like the destruction you did on people you call your friends and family. Why don't you come join the army?
I remember that part. Your dad's a Joe.
Yeah. And here's a bunch of paper
Blank
with this
stare.
shit with black shit highlighted out on it. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
I'm like, Sonya Blade, get your ass out of here. You're in the wrong movie.
Yeah, that definitely is. Were you awake when she first joined into the fighting? And she came down on a helicopter. I think it was one arm. And she had a crossbow. Pew,
Oh.
pew. And she got two people. And then she was
Nice.
like, oh, I guess I'll get a gun now. No, what? Huh?
Hard ass.
Who wrote this? And of course, there was
Who owns the G.I. Joe franchise?
Damon Wayans. Why would I know this?
I don't know.
The Rock was in one. That's all I remember. And when the Wayans was also in one.
Who owns it? Who owns the Hasbro?
That's fair.
Did they sell it? The rights to it for Hasbro Universe. What else is in the Hasbro Universe? Transformers, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
All the really bad movies.
Whoa. One of those Transformers movies is good. And by one, I mean all of them. Each and every one of them.
Okay, so by Transformers, I think it's been all animated Transformers.
So not the Michael Bay ones?
No.
Okay.
No.
But yeah.
Anywho.
At the end of the day, that G.I. Joe movie, I would say this, had plenty of action.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they made that ability to make it kind of rated R, and with in the sense of, if you just showed a little bit of blood on them slicing, it probably would have improved the action scene. So I would give, the action scenes weren't corny. You can actually tell that they knew what they were doing, and they actually took skill and effort to do that. But if they would have added gore, it probably would have made the rest of the movie probably a whole lot better. because there was literally scenes. So with the stone and spell power and whatever it was doing, is you could see it hit things and then they just fall. I'm like, but it's flames. They should be on fire. Like, what is going on here? If they would have made it rated R, it would have made it slightly better. The action was there. The action was great.
I mean, yeah. Do people even do kids even play with GI Joes anymore? So like, the crowd that wants to see this is probably older anyway.
Yeah, but even it's called Snake Eyes,
Right.
and it's not GI Joe's featuring Snake Eyes. So
Are they doing all different origin stories?
I don't know.
Is that the plan?
Probably.
Good luck.
Yeah, and they better make it rated R coming out on this next one, because this one was atrocious. The story was atrocious. The fighting was the only good thing. I'd like seeing Wu Assassin's guy in there. I really did, because he wasn't the main focus, and he did a great job not being the main focus. His parts where he had to come in and
the
fight,
leading role that he's terrible at.
God, the acting of his Wu Assassin. I can't even remember
Or like
any line.
Boo Assassins. I'm sure I've said that before.
We're watching.
Yeah,
it's just
I
a movie.
I know. I have like 8 hours that I have to fucking do for you. For you.
You made me watch Cats.
You didn't watch the whole thing.
I did.
Name one cat song.
What? Hold on. So the black cat.
McCavity.
Yep.
Or Mr. Mistopheles. He's also black.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that was teleporting the cats or disappearing the cats.
The evil one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's McCavity.
Yeah.
McCavity.
I saw the thing.
McCavity. There's no one like McCavity.
So Fast 9, you guys. We're going back to
I mean, at least you gotta see some buttholes in my cat's version.
No buttholes. I downloaded it. It didn't have buttholes on it.
There's a rumor that there's a version circulating with buttholes on the cats.
Disgusting. All right.
That'd be great.
Well, I believe that's going to be it for us, you guys. Don't watch Snake Eyes, or watch it if you want to.
I would say download illegally. If you're allowed to promote that.
We can promote whatever we want as long as we don't do it.
Oh yeah, we don't. We did. One of us has ticket stubs on their phone. Did you buy tickets for it?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yeah, so we didn't do it illegally.
Oh my God. We're going to get out of here before we
IMAX.
get the FBI to knock in and come in and take us away.
Yeah, it's like a $250,000 fine.
Ooh, well, you could just cover that by selling a wing of this house. You rich motherfucker.
Sure.
Guys,
Sure.
we'll be back more consistently with these episodes. So we will see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.